Yo, what's good, guys? Today we got Neil deGrasse. I hope I'm saying his last name right. With America is fucking stupid. Let's just get it, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this dude, I've seen his face. I've seen his face so many times, but I don't think I've once actually like gone out of my way to watch anything from him. So I don't really know what to expect.
State lottery is a tax on all those people who never did well in their math class. That's how
me.
I think about it.
That's me.
How about buildings? You go into buildings. 80% of all buildings are missing a 13th floor. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that, by the way? Like, I never realized that until I think it was mentioned in a video somewhere, and I was like, huh? Like, that is weird as shit.
I feel like going into all these elevators with a Sharpie, crossing on the floor, putting it, and saying, that's the 13th floor. You're not fooling anybody. This is 21st century America, and we have people afraid of the number 13. And what happens when you get to lobby and then you go to floors below the lobby? What do they call them?
Basements?
B for basement, SB, sub SBB. Can I buy a vowel, please? Like, what are you doing there? We have perfectly good nomenclature.
My man said, can I buy a vowel, please? This dude's funny as fuck.
For going below the lobby level. They're called negative numbers, okay? We know how to do this. It is well understood. But of course, this is America. There is a place in the world that has negative numbers. Oh, it's in Germany. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, by the way, is this a science museum? No, it's a history museum. Germany. That's a closer look in case you missed it. Okay?
That is weird as shit, though. Like, okay, this is the one thing, I never noticed that until he brings it up, right? Like, I think that's just one of the things where you're so used to how it is where you live, you don't think of anything different until it's in front of you, and you're like, yeah, that does kind of make more sense than, like, what the fuck? Why? Why is that why don't we just do that? It's so simple. Why do we gotta have so complicated? All I can say is he right on this one.
There's also bad physics. All right? Now, this illustration requires an explanation. This is an ad for Holiday Inn. Now, admittedly, this is
Why has bro got these two girls in a goddamn beekeeper suit, bro? Like, they look like they about to go collect some honey out of some fucking hives. All they need is like the netting on their face and they good. What is this? I think this is a dude, actually. I thought it was a girl at first, but I think this one's a dude. But what the hell is going on here? Like, these two staring at each other. This guy's just trying to be this gotta be the most corny picture I've ever seen in my life. Why?
Holiday Inn England rather than Holiday.
Or are these two staring at each other, checking each other out? Then they got like this dude just in the middle, like I think not.
Holiday Inn America, but Holiday Inn is an American company. Now, this is an ad for a new marketing plan where you can have what they're calling bed warmers pre-warm your bed for you before you go to sleep at night. Okay, so now.
Come on now.
So the people on.
Where do I get a job as a bed warmer? I want to get a job where I can just, bro, I'm going to get even more fat. Pay me to just lay in someone's bed, get it all warm, then get up and like, all right, your bed's warm. This is pissing me off.
Either side are the bed warmers. Now, of course, he's looking at her and not him. Just interesting fact there. But this is a thermodynamically pointless exercise because the only way you're going to get the body heat from those two people is if they are naked in your bed. But for reasons of sanitation, they are not only fully clothed, they are fully insulated. if you're insulated, your heat is not coming out. It stays within all of your clothing, so they are not heating the bed at all. Whoever thought this up never took Physics 101. If they did, then these two people would be naked. I got another one. Is there any Bayer, the Bayer Corporation, do they have plants out here? No? Good, okay. This is an ad from Bayer where they are boasting that they send their scientists into the schools to help out. So Bayer employees volunteer in a hands-on, inquiry-based program, making science make sense, to help kids develop a lasting passion for science. You're on. Try to get them interested. Now, first of all, they've got a black kid and a woman. Like, apparently these are the problem cases that you got to get interested. Like, how about the...
Second off, have these people ever been to school? There ain't no way no. Like, these people have never been to school. You are not going to get these kids interested in science by having some scientist dude come out and, like, explain some bullshit from his company. Like, no, the only way anyone's going to be interested in science is if you somehow make it entertaining. Well, at least that's me. You know what, to be fair, not everyone's like me, so maybe that's not true.
The white kid with the tattoo just got off the motorcycle. Where's he? Okay? But
exactly.
Okay, so these are the problem kids, okay? The woman and the black kid. All right, let's see what we're trying to get them interested in. Try to get them interested in why lighter things fall faster than heavier things.
Exactly, nobody gives a shit. Nobody. It's called gravity. 5 years old, you probably figured that out. Nobody cares. Nobody wants a 20-minute lecture on why the hell this is gonna fall quicker than this. Nobody cares. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to hit that. Uh-oh. That was a whoopsie. I will no longer be ranting with my mouse in the future.
Them interested in. Try to get them interested in why lighter things fall faster than heavier things. That's a tough one, huh?
Yeah.
It's tough because that doesn't happen in this universe.
It's also tough because no one gives a shit. Also, we're going to pretend like I didn't just completely go with what he said as fact and didn't even think about it. We're going to pretend that's not the case. I don't want to hear it in the comments. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yes, they would finally fix the ad. You're on. Try to get them interested in why lighter things fall as fast as heavier things. That's the Galilean experiment. But what's clear is that previous ad was written by somebody. Nobody caught the error. It was typeset. It was laid out. It was printed. No one caught the error.
Because no one gives a shit.
Because
no one in the entire world gives a shit.
Entire chain of command, from the first person who composed it to the copy editor of the magazine ad. So what's clear is that whole chain of people are the ones who should be in this photo, and not these two kids.
That's facts. That's also facts.
Okay. The American Physical Society meets, it's sort of my professional physics organization, and choose a city. Occasionally, this one time we met in Las Vegas, but this is what happened here.
Bruh. Come on now.
Vegas asked them never to return to the city.
This might be the first physics thing I will ever be interested in, though. This one intrigues me.
We're talking about America, people. Bad engineering. What is this? Okay, levees broke in New Orleans, 2005. If you read accounts of this, they say, oh, Katrina came in and Hurricane Katrina, bad hurricane. Excuse me, pause, back up. Do you know Katrina was category 5 in the Gulf? On landfall, it was category 3. It had already passed over New Orleans. People were sweeping up some of the broken branches in the street. Then the levees broke. The city survived the hurricane just fine. What it is they didn't survive was faulty engineering. That was the problem in 2005. And I submit to you that you look at these images and people hoping to get rescued from their rooftops, and you ask yourself, what country is this? Some of us who are old enough, we used to see film loops of third world countries where you see an absence of infrastructure, people towing, their belongings with an ox through mud. And you say, oh, that's the third world. We live in America. What country is this? In the middle of Manhattan, a steam pipe explodes. People died. Steam? Don't we know how to move steam from one place to another? Wait a minute, we're actually still using steam? Wait, what? Okay. I'm not going far back in time to get these stories. Bridge collapses. I-35, Minnesota. A bridge collapsed? You go through Europe, there's still bridges standing from the Roman Empire.
Nah, that one's facts. Nah, that to me is crazy though, how out in Europe, they really do have bridges from the fucking Romans. Even they have buildings from before the Romans. That's badass. That is actually badass as hell.
We can't put a bridge over that, all right?
Dang.
That's not a river, this is a brook, all right? What?
Barely. Come on now.
What country is this? Let's go to Los Angeles. Trains collide. People get hurt. Some people die. You think we would have figured this one out. A train comes this way, you don't send another train the opposite direction on the same track. That would be commandment number 1.
Come on now. Didn't you learn that when you were 5 years old playing with your little toy trains, making them crash into each other? Was that just me? That's probably just me. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Right, Railroads 101. A crane collapsed. Back in New York, a crane collapsed.
Ooh, damn.
What, you can't hold up a crane? What country is this? Hurricanes come. We say, run! Now, here's what's interesting. I think these people already know about this, okay? So, this is useless information to all these people. Now, here's what happens.
He said, I think these people already know about this. Yeah, look, you see nobody coming the other way, too.
If you don't have scientists and engineers in your midst, when a hurricane comes or some kind of natural disaster, your first thought is stockpile food and run. But if you're an engineer or a scientist and the disaster's coming, you say, how can I avert that disaster? I foresee a day where a hurricane forms in the Gulf. You put in some kind of apparatus that taps the energy of that hurricane, and that energy drives the electricity of the city that would otherwise be destroyed by the hurricane had it continued to go through.
Okay, nah, that's genius. Somebody needs to invent that. That is actually genius.
That's the kind of thinking that needs to go on in this world.
For real. That's 500 IQ. That's gotta be possible somehow. If you can take, just power from the sun and, make it light up a whole house, then, that's gotta be possible. If you can take wind with a windmill and turn... That's a kick-ass idea.
What country is this? I'm not going far back in time here. This is, yesterday's news. What country are we living in? This is from 2010. There's more what's going on. Profound science illiteracy in this country. Here's a book that I read before I came here. I read it in its entirety. I heeded its advice. I wanted to make sure.
Hey, in the year 2023, they just showed up, actually. They just showed up.
I showed up for you this evening. So someone has to write this book. An editor says, hey, that's a good idea for a book. A publisher publishes it, they put it on the shelf, and then people buy it. How about this one? And this, I just one. How to Survive 2012. Tactics and survival places for the coming pole shift. Pole shift?
I mean, they might have been onto something. I mean, come on now. The polls ain't looking so hot right now. They might have been a little ahead of their time on this one.
Where'd they get that from? The pole? The end of the world? In there is the Mayan calendar? Because clearly the Mayans knew more about astrophysics than any of us do today.
Yep.
Clearly.
Obviously.
And wait a minute. Next Saturday. Whoa, next Saturday. Whoa.
That aged well. That definitely aged well.
What country is this?
I don't know what country this is. What? I don't know. I think this is like Australia or some shit. You know, I don't know what they're talking about. But hey, jokes aside, this dude's funny as fuck. And unfortunately, he kind of on point with it, which, yeah. Either way, give me a fat ass like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. And side question, is he related to Mike Tyson? Let me know. If you made it to the end, tell me, is he related to Mike Tyson? Bye. With